I've said this every single year when I do this introduction, but that entrance and that organ going are an amazing combination, and the amount of just energy. If you guys could feel the energy that was outside in the foyer right before they entered, this place is about to explode, so I'm excited. But graduates, class of 2013, have a seat. I know you want to have a seat, so thank you. I'm honored to welcome everyone here today, the Fremont community, the class of 2013, friends, families, loved ones, supporters, to the 87th Fremont High School Baccalaureate ceremony. As most of you know, we're in the middle of basically an entire week of celebration for the class of 2013. Monday was senior picnic, yesterday evening was senior awards, today is baccalaureate, and tomorrow is the big day of the Fremont High School graduation. It's a chance for all of us in this room to sit back and reflect on the past 4 years, even further back than that. Reflect on friendships, reflect on plans, or look into the plans, into the future, be excited about those. It gives mothers and fathers and family the time to reflect and think about all those ups and downs the past 17 to 18 years of all that love and energy that's gone into your son and daughter.
We are a microcosm of the world. Fremont has allowed me to embrace who I am and be proud of it. Being racially mixed, this school has enabled me to develop natural conciliatory skills, confidence, and security with my own identity. Despite the fact that the 2000 U.S. Census changed the rules so we can identify all or any of our ethnic backgrounds, I still struggled finding my place amongst different peer groups before coming to Fremont. I was born to a Japanese mother and a Caucasian father in Tokyo, Japan. Spending my preschool years in Japan and then moving to California, I've always been deeply connected to both cultures. Fremont comforted me while I've been growing into my own skin. While the school may not be the first stop for college recruiters, it'll always be my first choice. We are blessed with innumerable opportunities, such as committed teachers who have academically challenged us, as well as being wonderfully immersed in an inclusive learning environment. Through Fremont's philosophy, we've taken part in creating a respectful, open-minded, and accepting community. This has enabled us to better understand one another and allowed us to become leaders and bridge builders. Coming from 10 different middle schools, 4 different cities, and multiple new arriving immigrants, we are taught to reduce prejudice, to look beyond stereotypes, and to create a montage of our unique identities. We find ourselves today an embodiment of this alchemic philosophy. We are not just a compound of our own races, but also an alloy of teachers, friends, and families who have shaped our values, goals, and vision. As Nobel Prize winner in literature, George Bernard Shaw once said, "Life isn't about finding yourself. Life is about creating yourself." We do this at Fremont. Because of our philosophy, we are highly capable of achieving greatness. Thanks to our school, we are not only ready to get a job, join the Army, raise a family, or go to college, but also we are one step ahead. Due to our diversity and exposure to so many different demographic backgrounds, we've already piloted all sorts of obstacles and gained all sorts of strength. This rich experience has already given us the ability to know how to deal with real-life challenges, no matter what path we take in the real world. As Firebirds, let us take the power and the tools to create equal educational opportunities for all, no matter what race, culture, or socioeconomic status. As we leave this special place, Let us take with us this educational equity and peaceful problem solving, because not only can this exist in the shelter of schools and classrooms, but also out on the unguarded streets of our world. Let us stay one step ahead. Hello, world. Here comes the Fremont class of 2013.
Mi nombre es Eduardo Salcedo. Let me tell you of a young boy brought into this life by two of us hard working people who will ever be. These two came to this country illegally as immigrants, risking their lives more than once to provide their child con un futuro where he would have una educación y un trabajo, where he wouldn't wake up and work in the fields or clean someone's house just to survive de sol a sol, nomás para mantener a su familia. I am that boy, proud of the work my parents did to have me where I am today. About to graduate y empezar un nuevo capítulo de mi vida. Padres, miren a sus hijos. Without your work and sacrifice, no estuviéramos aquí. Padres, gracias por luchar, por darnos un futuro mejor. A future that is not only for us, but for nuestras familias. I am that boy that grew up como mexicano in un país where we fight every day to break those stereotypes and make a name out of ourselves and our families. My story is the same as many of us sitting here today, but it's not the only story. Each and every one of us has a story. Each and every one of us has struggled, but we have fought to be where we are today. Take pride, parents. Enjoy this day. Este día es para ustedes. Disfrútenlo. There have been moments where we have wanted to give up and throw everything away, but we didn't. We endured it, and it was worth it. I myself have fallen, but where we really show who we are is when we fight and get back up. From our principal through every single worker on this campus who made these 4 years so special. Thank you. El diploma que vamos a recibir mañana no es nomás para los estudiantes, pero para sus familias. El diploma tiene un valor para mí tan grande. Le doy gracias a mis padres, mi madre Beatriz y mi padre Eduardo. Todo valió la pena, mis viejos. Los amo. But the person who's always been there is Dios. Sin Él, nada es posible. Without God, nothing is possible. Look around. Tomorrow's the last day. We'll see everyone together in one same place. Una vida donde yo voy a luchar para poner el nombre de la raza muy en alto. Como dijo César Chávez, sí se puede. ¿Y saben qué? Sí se pudo. Desde hoy para adelante y seguir luchando. This was my story. That entered high school excited and living today with so many memories. Thank you. And congrats to the class of 2013. Gracias. Y recuerden, la tierra es el que la trabaja.
Legend has it that in the firebird's plumage, crimson red fuses with ginger streaks of gold to emit an inferno of light. According to Slavic folklore, its presence is a symbol of hope, a light in a world of darkness. The firebird is sought after for its tail feather, and spectators are awestruck by its grace and elegance. If one feather should separate from the rest, its radiance does not cease. Rather, its light burns even brighter than before. Together and apart, one feather of a firebird can illuminate the world. When we started high school, we began looking for this light. We knew we were firebirds, but not what it meant. Like a hero embarking upon a quest, we were in search of the light in us. As we traveled from classroom to classroom, we kindled that inner fire. We have been transformed by light, and so we have become the light. Soon, however, we shall go our separate ways, never forgetting the fire that brightens our paths. People will ask us, who started that fire inside of you? How did it get there? Tell me where you got it, and we will remember where it all began. It began with our families and our friends who became family, who kindled the love and light inside of us, who showed us right from wrong by their own example and demonstrated the difference one person can make. It began with our teachers and the staff at Fremont High School, who shared with us the power of knowledge and understanding, who taught us to reach and work for what we want, because success does not just happen. It began with our coaches and teammates, who taught us trust and accountability and allowed us to experience the rewards of determination, who proved to us that in order to be our best, we must practice how we want to play. It began at Fremont. It began with us. It began with this. This is where we found the fire, embedded deep within our souls, where we found flames of a fiery crimson red with ginger streaks of gold. A fire that will burn long after we leave this place. As we go off on our own directions, we hold on to the light inside of us. We have been given a rare and beautiful gift, the spirit of the firebird. It holds to us as it has to every class that has graduated from Fremont High School. Now is our chance to shine on our own and to share our light with others. We thank those who have lit our paths and hope that we can be a light for someone else. Rather than the embers of a fire about to fade, we are the spark that will bring light wherever we go. Together and apart, one feather of a firebird will illuminate the world. Thank you.
For the introduction of our 2013 Baccalaureate guest speaker, I'd like to actually call up the three student speakers from this evening, Eduardo, Danielle, and Wong. So I actually didn't know this until yesterday, but each of the student speakers have had this teacher as a teacher at Fremont High School, and it's a teacher that's very special to them. So I have a quick introduction, and then each one of them wanted to say something about this teacher before he comes up here and shares some thoughts with you guys. It is a tradition for seniors to select the baccalaureate staff speaker. The class of 2013 has selected Robert Javier as tonight's speaker. I was hanging out with Robert at our senior picnic on Monday, and I knew he was a popular teacher and well-liked, but I really knew it because he had a stack the whole time he was there, about 3 or 4 hours, of yearbooks, about 15 deep, on his table, and he spent maybe 2 hours straight just signing yearbooks for students and writing nice notes. So, he just was really dedicated at that point. But anyways, Robert has taught at Fremont High School since 2011. He teaches American literature, AP Lit, and Story and Style. He has a special place in his heart for the class of 2013 because they were his introduction to Fremont. Robert was born and raised in Mountain View and graduated from Santa Clara University with a Bachelor of Arts in English and French. He also holds a Master's in English Literature from San Jose State University. Robert is joined by his wife Amy and his 2 children, Owen and Nina, who are in the crowd tonight. So Robert actually is back there. So Robert, if you could have your family stand. Real quick, and then we'll have Mr. Javier speak.
Mr. Javier is an outstanding mentor who not only has taught me about literature, but just about the world around me. And I'm ready to take on the world because of a teacher like him, and I can't thank him enough for that.
Outstanding man is truly one in a million, and I can't thank him enough for all that he's done.
Personally, knowing this person for 2 years, he was much more than a teacher, but a role model in the classroom, overall, as well as a person. And without further ado, we present to you with honor, Robert Javier!
Fremont community. I am grateful beyond expression at this honor I received standing here before you tonight, especially coming from this senior class. No more than 2 years ago, I was welcomed heartily at Fremont High School. Regardless of initial perceptions or impressions about me coming from a different school, teachers and students alike were able to see me not only for my work ethic, but also for the content of my character. So what has been so special and unique about the class of 2013? Ralph Ellison, one of my favorite writers, expresses it best for me. Quote, "What a feeling can come over a man just from seeing the things he believes in and hopes for, symbolized in the concrete form of a man, and something that gives a focus to all the other things he knows to be real." Unquote. The actions and the intentions I witnessed from the senior class breathed life to Ellison's words. Witnessing the quietest students receive their due praise from their classmates, talking excitedly about their future prospects from the military to actual employment, showing true firebird spirit and pride at school rallies and sporting events, talking about their college and scholarship application processes, supporting each other when students struggling with life, being blown away by the high-level thinking and Socratic seminar discussions, demonstrating love by extinguishing ignorance of labels and stereotypes. All of this and more reflect Ellison's sentiment, how Ellison's sentiments ring true in the most profound way, a way that leaves me in awe of what is real, your work ethic and the content of your character. Working with you this year affirms why I became a teacher. It was never about just teaching you about literature and writing. For me, it was more about being a part of your growth into the person that you are today, the daily celebration of your potential and your promise. And because you inspire me to continue in this profession, I am humbled to have become an integral part of this community. As a teacher and a person, you all see me for me. Someone who truly believes and understands you not only as students, but also more importantly as people. Without hesitation, that is how I came to embrace you and see each of you, as young individuals striving and working to do your best in search of making others proud, whether you have been my student or whether we shared a brief interaction. I believe that our shared vision of each other allowed us to be real with one another from the very beginning. And as your graduation day has been approaching, I have been rather nostalgic about all those real moments that you have given me to remember the class of 2013. Upon exiting my class at the end of my first day, a student genuinely says, "It was nice meeting you." On receiving a well-done written assignment, a student shares, "You're my favorite teacher because nobody ever told me my writing was good." After getting excited over the Latino name Javier on his schedule, the student was initially disappointed, yet pleasantly surprised by this Filipino wonder. Nominated for a Red and White Award, one of my humblest students thanks me, then asks, "Why did you nominate me?" Need I say more? On signing my yearbook, students write sentiments that echo love with sentiments like, "Thanks for never giving up on me and for helping me succeed." And if there's anything I've learned from you, it's that I should never settle for anything less than what I'm capable of. This is a mere sampling of how you forged community with my heart. However, there is a series of other memorable exchanges that show how these Firebirds wear their hearts on their sleeves and why they are so fresh, so clean, so 2013. From getting daily greetings like, "Hey, Javi," to getting asked, "When can we babysit your kids?" to hearing a student barking outside my classroom to get my attention, to being thanked for writing letters of recommendation with a beautifully illustrated thank you card depicting me as a superhero, to entertaining a room full of seniors being individually psychoanalyzed based on observations of my behavior. Bantering with me on many occasions why you just can't label something that's wrong with the phrase, "That's racist." To being serenaded a cappella by talented students on my birthday, to lending me a copy of The Hunger Games and actually having many discussions about it, to receiving nice little notes on my red heart on Valentine's Day, #sassy. To being the subject of Facebook newsfeed due to an unauthorized student-altered photo of me. I look like a dinosaur. To having an existential email conversation with a student on the heels of reading Hamlet. To entertaining inquiries like, "Why aren't you calling me back?" or liking my photos on Instagram. To gleefully hearing, "I was so excited you liked my photo on Instagram." To having bizarre and humorous exchanges like, "Who would win a grammar off, you or Mr. Perez?" Mr. Perez, because he's the grammarian. "So you're saying Mr. Perez is smarter than you?" My attention by calling out to me, "Excuse me, Mr. English?" To having serious, in-depth conversations on formal wear and fashion. To receiving the ultimate gift a teacher could receive, a bro tank reading, Team Javier on the front, hella lit on the back. All of these individual moments have taught me what it means to be a Firebird, to be connected in the most genuine, caring, and humorous ways. You have taught me. Community is the legacy that you are leaving behind, and the gift that you will continue to build with those who will be blessed to know you. For me, what solidified this communal air is the pride and self-respect you exhibit as a Firebird. It has been an infectious effect that can't be denied. Whether it has been for art, music, sports, drama, robotics, or any other remarkable aspect of Fremont that has you representing the best of us, it shows something even greater about yourselves. Recognizing your self-worth and truly making a difference. Self-worth is knowing you have something worth sharing with others and worth offering to the world. Knowing the amount of love and goodness you possess is valued beyond measure. Making a difference. Usually one assumes that this brings the message that you're going to do something great within your lifetime. In my opinion, that is a given. Making a difference is simply knowing that your presence matters. Knowing your kind words and gestures have mattered to friends and classmates. Knowing that you will continue to make that unforgettable impression you have made on others like you have made on me. You have made a difference on how I approach teaching because I see you for you as well. I am here to celebrate the quality people you are and to merely say thank you. Thank you for making me a part of the Fremont community. Thank you for helping me rediscover my pride and self-respect. Thank you for reminding me of my own self-worth and showing me that I make a difference. In return, I want to close with sharing how you can continue paying it forward and truly being successful. And when I say successful, I mean happy. Dream and imagine what you see for yourself, not because it's expected of you, but because it is what you want. Prove others wrong when they try to keep you down and exceed their expectations by doing right by your name. Remember to laugh and love with the people who bring out the best in you. Never regret what never was, and always believe in what could still be. And continue to bring happiness to others as you have for us. I'm not going to lie. We will all sorely miss you, but we eagerly await to catch up with you, to hear about your adventures, to continue sharing in your lives, and to know that you are getting the most out of this world and making it your own. Congratulations on the beginning of the rest of your lives. Thank you.
You.